Welcome to my inventory of practice presentation. My name is Abby. Let's get started. First, I wanted to make sure that I was either consistently, occasionally, or seldom working on all these practices. Some topics gave me confidence because I was consistently following through with these practices in class. But there was occasionally and sometimes and seldom strategies that I need to work on and grow. Let's talk about my strengths in building positive relationships. First, throughout my day, I make sure that I drop what I am doing to say hi to parents or children who may be dropping off. Next, I get down to the child's level when talking to them. Also, from within my day in the classroom, I try to build relationships with parents and families. Lastly, I create a welcoming and safe environment for families and children. Here are some things that I could grow in this area. Sometimes I get busy and distracted, and I don't get a chance to play with my children out on recess or in their centers. How can I achieve my goal and do better in this area? I want to take time out of my day to play and talk to my children during transitions and recesses, and also at the end of the day. Now, let's take a look at some supportive environments. With our classroom, we make sure that there are no open space for them to run, and also make sure that there's plenty of room for friends to play in each center or station. We also make sure that we keep the same schedule every day. Now, let's take a look at what I could do better. I need to work on minimizing transition time. I do work with 3-year-olds, and we're easily distracted throughout our day. We need to find a way to lessen those transition times. And we also need to find a way that symbolizes to the children that the stations are closed and cannot be played with. Next, let's take a look at social and emotional teaching strategy strengths. First, when a child comes up to me with an idea, I make sure that I respond, and I always recognize when the children make an effort to do something, whether that comes to being nice or making a new friend, and I always make time to adjust accordingly. If they need more time to do stations or centers, we always make sure we have enough time. What can I do better? Let's take a look. I found that I could be better at making time for decisions and problem solving and working together. Now, let's take a look at my individualized part of this presentation. My strengths are being able to accommodate when a family needs to leave early during nap time for a doctor's appointment, or their child might be sick and need to go home early. We always make sure that we're able to accommodate for them. And upon pickup every day, the family is greeted by a teacher in our classroom who is able to inform them about their child's day. And lastly, I make sure that I always have different ways to talk to the parents and children. We're all different, and we all understand things differently in different ways. And we all need to be able to have different ways to get the same message across. So we always try to do that within our classroom. Now, let's take a look at what I could work on. Observing. I think we all could do a better job at observing in our classrooms. We get busy. We clean. We talk to parents dropping off. We talk to our director walking in the door who needs to talk to us about something. And then we just get distracted, and we might not see what caused the disagreement to come up in housekeeping or blocks. And when we observe, we might see a pattern that we could help that child with. And how can I be better at that? Just take time out of my day and sit down and look at what's going on and what might happen and tendencies that might come in with my children. And in conclusion, I had little aha moments along the way. Nothing really stood out. I do remember being reminded that we're all different in how we guide children, and sometimes we get stuck in what we have to deal with at home, at school, and it just sparked the ideas that were deep in my brain and that had been stored away. So I really appreciated that about this class, and thank you for watching my presentation.